Okay, so while students are joining in, I'll tell you what we are going to do today. We are going to model a low polygon character from the game, which is a video game called Fall Guys. Low polygon character are the characters that uses less number which are created using less number of polygons. Okay, especially for the video games, because video games cannot handle a higher number of polygons. So what we do here is that the shape or any object that we use, we keep its number of polygon as less as possible. Okay, high res or high polygon models are very detailed, which are used for movies. Which are used for 3D printing or for high quality work, high resolution work. Okay, but here we are going to learn how we can do a low polygon model. Okay, now I have already set this up, and I have these two plane which is inside this layer. Let me change the name of this layer or to maps or references. Okay, and I can give any color to it. Now right now it is locked, so I cannot click on it. Otherwise, if it is not locked, I have pressed here. Now I can select, but I will lock it up so that I will make it restricted by pressing R so that it's not visible. Oh, sorry, it's not selectable, so it will make it easier for me to model. Otherwise, by mistake, if I will select anything, so there might be some issues. Okay, now I will start modeling. You can see with the shape of this character. So you can see it's like a circular shape. Now what I can do here is that I can go and create a sphere, okay, and start modeling from the sphere. But issue is that if you will notice, the sphere have first of all triangles on the top, and in the modeling, okay, and the polygonal modeling, you should not have triangles. They should be square, means it should be quads. Quads mean four sides, at least four sides it should have. It can be any shape, but should have four sides. Okay, so sphere will not be a good idea. Plus the way sphere is organized, it does not look good. Okay, now while modeling also I will tell you about the importance of the topology. What is topology and why do we use the topology? Okay, so any sort of model that we have, like which is a character model, okay, we animate it in Maya or any object. So suppose I want to move his hand, I can move his hand up, down, left, right, or I can make him walk. But the issue will be if its topology is not good, I will not be able to animate it. And now what is topology? Topology is the flow of the your edges, okay, your faces and the vertices. So they should be right and follow the model like faces and like models own face and own style. Okay, so that's what the topology is. So we have to balance our topology. If your topology is not good, okay, it's not balanced, you will not have a good model. Plus, if you're doing for your projects, if your topology is not good, you will lose marks. So I will not use sphere over here because it will not give me a good topology. If I will use square, I cannot convert the square into into this kind of a form. So what I can do over here is I can go here in the platonic solid, okay, and once I will click it here, let me do one more thing. If I keep it pressed, okay, or just click it, it will give me this model, okay, and I can go to my attribute settings and I can change its shape to whatever I want. So I will go to the polyplatonic option here. Now instead of primitive, which is icosahedron, okay, I will go to the cube. So it will give me a square. Now if you will notice, it's like a square, like a normal square as we have. Okay, and we have subdivision mode quads, means like it will give me like quads, like 4 sides. I can have triangles also, I can have pile also, or cap, or like pi also, or caps also, but I want quads. Okay, and then I can increase the subdivision, and if you will notice that it is as I'm adding, it is becoming what? A sphere. Okay, and I can increase the size of this. So it is why it's becoming sphere, because I have a spherical inflation to 1. I can reduce it so it will become square, or I can increase it, it will become sphere. So there is a difference between using a sphere or using uh, like a platonic solid, and using cube, giving it subdivision mode quads, giving at least 2 subdivision, okay, and making it 100% sphere. Okay, so this is how I got it. Now what I can do here is that I can go to my panel, orthographic view and front view, so I can see what I'm looking at right now. Okay, now this should be 100% in the center. Okay, 0. Okay, the x is 0, y and z is changed because I moved it up and moved it back, so that doesn't matter, but x actually have to be 0, and there should be no rotation, so 0 0 0. Okay, now I cannot see the background here, so I can go to the shading, X-ray mode. Now I can see the background. Okay, now what I will do here is that I will simply go to my attribute editor, or maybe I can go to my front here. Okay, front map, and try to bring it in the center to match this. Okay, now it's fine. Now I will be not able to select it, so this is fine. Now what I have to do is I have to make this bigger, so it will change the site according to what I need actually. Okay, so maybe 3, that's fine. And once it is done, if you will notice that the shape is not 100% sphere. So at this stage I can right click on it. Okay, go to vertices, then take the bottom vertices and move it down to this part. Okay, and then what I can do here is that I can go to face and delete this half of my character. Why? Because in the next step I will mirror this one here, so whatever changes I'm doing here, it will be applied here. Or there is one more way I can work on it. I can select this and go to symmetry option on the top and choose X symmetry. So whatever I will do here will be reflected here. Okay, so suppose if I will go to the vertices, so if I will take these vertices here, so these vertices will be taken over that side too. So if I will move it down, you will notice that it is changing accordingly. Okay, so that's how it will help me. Now one thing you have to do here is that, because as we are working on the low polygon mode, and right now I am not in the smooth mode, so I have to go to the smooth mode. I will press 3 on my keyboard and it will make my object smoother, just like this. Now what I need to do is that I have to match the shape as the shape in the background. Okay, so I will go to my vertices. First let's do on the top, take these items, these vertices, move it like top here. Okay, take these vertices, move it here, and you can see that if I'm changing this side, the other side is changing accordingly. And then just, I'm doing some tracing over here. Okay, now about the topology, let me first fix this so we can have more, then we will see what is the topology. Here I will move it down. Okay. Good. Okay. Now you will notice that the way the shape is, the topology is following. Can you see this edge? It is following the shape. So basically the topology should follow your shape. Okay. Here, if you will notice that these vertices are like a waveform. But the shape of a fall guy. Okay. By the way, you can get this map from the Fall Guy website, which is this one. Okay, uh, this is their website. I can also type over here, and here you will see that there is a download it here link. You can click this link whenever you want to download it. Okay, so if you will see this character, it's kind of round from this side. Okay, it's not wavy. So if I will go on my character here, the topology I have is kind of a wavy. So I don't want it to be wavy, I want it to be round. But if I will take this part and move it down, so what will happen? It will reshape my object, okay, my character. So I, instead of moving it down, I will slide it down. To slide it, you can press the shortcut, which is Control and Shift on your keyboard, and you can see that now it says slide. So it will slide it down without changing the shape of it. Okay, and this one also I can slide it down a bit. This one I can slide it down a little bit up. Now you can see it is a very nice flow, a nice looking topology. So this is how you can get your topology work. Here it's the same thing. So here I will take this one and slide it down. Okay. By the way, don't try to move the middle parts left or right. Okay, means like it will go off your mirror then. Okay, like suppose if I will move this here, actually I cannot move because I'm inside this symmetry move or like symmetry mode. But whenever if you're doing your mirror mode, then you have to be careful. Now here I will move them a little bit up. This one a little bit up, and also I will move this slightly inside. Here I can move it because sliding will not work because I'm on the corner. Okay. Now here at this stage this is fine because it's the top of it, so I don't have to worry more about that part. Okay. Now on the bottom you will see this is quite straight, not round, his base. Okay. So this one I will slide it up, or I think I cannot slide it as they are restricted maybe. So I will just move it upwards here. Okay. And maybe I will take all of this, and no, sliding will not work here. If I will do that, I will just move it because I'm just moving all of that, so it doesn't matter. Okay, now I got this good shape. Now here I have to fix some parts here because you will notice that there is some slight contraction here. So what I can do, right click here, go to edges. Okay, and or I can shift right click and go to multi-cut, and I can add one here. Okay, and also I can move it after I can take my vertices, move these vertices a little bit here so it will follow this. Okay, and slightly slide this one down so that it follow the topology. Next is this part. This is creating some issues. So right click, multi-cut. Okay, and I want it in the middle, so I will press Control and middle mouse button, so it will put the like the edge right in the middle. So now I can take the vertices, take this part, move it like here, okay, and everything else is fine. Now one more I want to add over here. Now avoid adding a lot because this is a low polygon, okay, so I don't want to add a lot. So one here, and I will move this slight inward, this one also slightly inward, okay. Now let's check the topology here. Okay, you have to make sure you select like this, otherwise if you click one time it will only select the front vertices. There are some vertices behind, okay, so I will select this because behind the ones that are behind I have to also change those, okay. Now, oops, sorry. Now this looks kind of good here, okay. Now I have my base ready. So if I will go to my perspective view, and you can see that I have my base kind of ready now, okay. Now I am only done with my front view. I am not done with my left view here, okay. So what I have to do at this stage is uh, keep my X-ray mode, shading X-ray, okay. Then I have to go to orthographic side, and here I have to now fix the side view, okay. A bit I can move it forward so that it will be in the center of the character itself. Now I will go back to my vertices, okay. Now I have to turn this off because now we are not working on the X and left and right side, we are just working on one side, okay. So I don't need that anymore. Otherwise, if you will keep that pressed, you will not have the right result. Now I have to adjust all this. Okay, now don't worry about this part because we have to create a face here and then we will fix this whole thing. Okay, so only we have to worry about here. Okay, now this side. So you will notice that I'm selecting at least 3 from the borders, 3 vertices, and I'm selecting by making like a selection like this. Otherwise, the ones that are behind these vertices will not get selected. Okay. Now I'm done here, but you can notice that there is a slight lump in the front. So I have to shift right click, multi-cut tool, add one here in the middle. Okay. Then I can put this lump, or maybe not in the middle actually, maybe somewhere here on the top. Yeah, that's fine. Now you will see each of these squares, except for this side because we will apply here later on, okay, there are equal distance. That is also a part of topology, because if you don't have equal distance, also your character might not look correct. Okay, now I'm done with this. I'll go out of my shading mode. Okay, and you can see that I have this corrected here. Okay, now what I can do here is that you will notice there is slight lumps here left and right. Okay, uh, so the best thing to do right now to see actually everything is working fine, I can apply a different sort of a material over here. I can go to my rendering, take a blend material, which will allow me to see if there is any error here on my like corrector. Okay, so you can see that there are some lumps here, and there is some hard edges here, some stuff like here there is a hard edge here. So we have some issues here that we can easily solve by going to the sculpting tool, taking a smooth surface mesh tool, and using X you can say symmetry, and it will give me a small brush. So I can press B on my keyboard, B for brush, press B on the keyboard, and then drag the mouse left and right to make it a little bigger. Now if I will draw something, like if I will paint over it here, so whatever is harsh will become smoother. Like this is kind of a very hard surface, okay, or harsh. So I can click on it, and when I am doing it, so you can notice that it is happening here and it is becoming smoother as well. Okay, here also I can make it smoother. Here also I can do smoothing. So whatever you think is not smooth, with the help of this tool you can make it smoother. And notice the highlights. The highlight will tell you how smooth your character is. Okay, if you have less highlight here, that means it is smooth. If you have very strong highlight, that means it is. Let me do one thing here. Let me hide this background. I will press the V, so visibility will be off of these map, so I can easily work on it. So just I'm clicking, but I'm not going very wild on it. Like I will press G on my keyboard to hide sorry. Let me go to display to hide the grid. Okay, where is the grid? Okay, I don't know why it's not showing the grid here, but it's okay. So I made it quite smoother from all the sides. And when you will make it smooth, so obviously it will change the shape as well. So we have to do some changing accordingly then. Okay. Now, if I will see now, so you can see there is less lumpiness that we used to have, or that we were having before. Okay. Only I have some issues at this side on the corner. Usually you do have some stuff on the corners, so now seems fine. Okay, so let me do a little bit change here. Okay, so I am almost done here. Now I will just do a little bit tiny bit here. If you feel it is too strong, your smoothness, so you can double click on the smooth button tool that will be here, and you can reduce the strength. Right now my strength is 225, and it affects all the target. Okay, So that's what I will do here. Rest is fine. Okay, now I will bring this back. I will go to my front. Okay, bring back my uh, shading mode. Now you can see that it did change the shape as I told you before. It will do it. Now, instead of moving the vertices, what I can do here is that I can take this tool. This, what it do is that it moves your vertices or your object. Okay, and little bigger I will make it. With a B, you can press B on your keyboard, B for brush, and drag your left mouse button with left and right. Now, I can move with this by clicking and dragging. Okay, so it works like a Photoshop. And then when you are done with this part, you can go to orthographic side, and this will help you to keep your model, your polygons smooth as we did it. It will not change anything accordingly. So it's a very good tool. Okay, that's all. Yeah. Now you can see it is still smooth and it has moved its sides. Okay, a bit I have to move from here because I was not able to see that. So okay, move out, and then I can go back to my orthographic front view to see if this is fine. Okay, but I have to push it in. That's okay. Or leave it. It doesn't matter if it is little bit okay. Now what I will do is that I have to figure out where I will put this head. Okay, so I have to make a place for this. So I will go to my orthographic front viewport. Okay, go back to my shading here. Now at this stage I don't want this x-axis of symmetry, and plus I have to go back to my uh, my segment mode out of smooth mode. So I will press 1 on my keyboard so I can go come back here. And one more thing I can do here is panel orthographic side. I will hide these vertices, these faces temporarily. So because I don't want to work on these, otherwise because I'm in Xray mode and it will keep on showing. So I will select them. Control H on your keyboard. Control H will help me to hide it. H for hide. Control H and it will be hidden. So now they are not viewed there. So if I will go to front, so I can only see these vertices, which will help me to create what I'm looking for right now. So I will go to my vertex. Okay. I have to do some arrangement. So I will go to my X here, symmetry, and I will try to make a place for this area. Okay, so little bit wider I will move them. Instead of moving, it's better to slide it. Control Shift, then move, so it will slide it instead of moving it. Sliding will not change your topology. Okay, so now you can see that it is following this topology now. Okay, now this one I will slide it up. Now what I need here is that as I have this part here, I need some same thing down here. Okay, so but before that I need to give a bit more room here for this part. Okay, and then oops, shift right click, multi-cut, and then I will add here somewhere down. Okay, now what the idea here is that to keep everything similar, okay, means like I will take the edge, double click here, and slide this down, control shift and move it down, so this space all of them are same. Now I will go to my vertices, take all these vertices from here, or I don't need it to work on it right now because the faces which is behind are hidden. So once I will unhide them, then I will work. But here I have to move this one, shift and shift control and slide it down. Okay, then shift control, slide it this one. Okay, now I will go right click, go to faces mode, select these faces, go out of this symmetry mode, shift right click, then go to extrude. Now here I will give an offset, not thickness. So offset I will reduce, I will increase it a bit this much, so at least it will create some sort of a frame for this background. Okay, so maybe this much. Or what I can do is that instead of giving an offset, I can do one thing here. I can go to my edge mode, select these edges here, which is around this. Okay, all these, and shift right click, and I will go to connect tool. When I will do that, so whatever, I forgot to select this one. Okay, so connect tool, what it does is that whatever edges are selected like these, it will create a frame or an edge around this. Okay, so I will press shift, right click, connect tool, and you can see it has automatically created a frame around it. So now I can press enter on my keyboard and there will be an extra edge over here. But the issue over here is what? It will create a triangle, okay, which actually I don't want. So that's why I think best will be to go back to the vertices, okay, to my X or symmetry mode here, and move this more because I want more space here. Okay, there's something wrong here, I think. Yeah, now it's fine. So I have to give more room here. Let me slide it up instead of moving it. I want to create a frame, and that frame that I just made a few moments ago, that was not fitting everything here. Okay, now I will just fix this topology here. Okay, this one as well. Now the topology is good here, and now what I will do here is that I will go to my face mode, select these faces, and go back to my I will turn off the symmetry off. Now shift, right click, extrude again. Now this time let's see if I will increase this offset. Now it's fine. Okay. Now once I have done, I will press shift and right click again, and this time I will choose circularize component. And when I will do that, it will make a it will convert that faces, those faces which I was selected, into a circle form. This already we have learned in the last class as well. Now here I want to reduce the size of it, but first the alignment should not be automatic. It should be surface average, so it will make it more balanced. Okay. Now radial offset I will reduce, okay, a bit, not too much, something around this. Now everything seems okay. Now what I will have to do is that I have to go to my side view, and you can see that I have this here, and I can shift right click here, extrude. Now I want to give a little bit offset here. First of all, let me press 3 here so I can go to smooth mode. Now I'm in the smooth mode. Okay. Now what I will do here is that I will give a bit offset, so it will make a frame around. Okay. And give at least 3 division. Okay. Then I will shift. Let me make it more. Okay. Yeah. Now I will shift right click, extrude again. And now I will give a thickness, but backwards. I will move it behind. So negative value. So it will go inside, inverse like this. So you can see now it is creating an inside, like you can say a face over here. Now I will go and increase my offset or decrease my offset, up to you what you want. Okay. So I will increase a bit here. Okay. And I will give maybe 3 division here. Now I'm done. Okay. Now I will go back to my vertices mode. Now what I want to do is that I want to arrange this area which is here. Okay. So I will take these vertices here, move it around just to match this frame. Okay. It's all about matching your map. It's like you're tracing on the piece of paper. You're just matching it. Okay. This one also I will select behind, the ones that are behind. Okay. Here. Now we have to create this part here. Okay. Let me move these. Okay, so if you notice there is this lump over here, so I have to create that. But in order to do that, what I have to do first here is go to my display, show geometry all or polygon surfaces. So it will show me what I have hidden before. Now I know everything here is there. Now I want to create this lump. Now to create that, what I can do here is shift right click, okay, multi-cut, and wait, my edges is not selected, so I have to go to the edges mode, then shift right click, multi-cut, and I don't know what happened. Okay, let me go back to this. Shift right click, multi-cut, and the multi-cut is not working for some reason. Let me go out of this mode and see why it's not working. Let me save this. Okay, we will add the lump later because for some reason the multicut is not working here. Did I press something wrong here or? Okay, we will do it later. I don't know what is wrong here. Okay, one thing here is you will notice that I have applied the match smooth now, and you can notice here it is too harsh, whereas it's not harsh here, like hard here. It is kind of smoother. So I will zoom in. Okay, double click on this edge, so it will select all of these edges here. Then I will take my scaling tool and scale down this edge or scale it up, and or I can even delete it by pressing Control Delete because I don't want the extra edges. It is making it too hard here. Okay, here as well. Control selected, Control Delete. Now it is fine. Okay, I think I added a lot of smoothness to it. Now it's fine. Okay, now about that lump, let me do one thing here. Let me open this file again. Maybe it's the memory issue. Now go back to the side, go back to my Xray mode here. Now shift right click. Okay, and then still there is some issue here. Okay, I'm not sure what is the issue here, but what I will do here is that I will just add select all these vertices, add a connect tool, so it will add a tool over here, like edge over here. Now what I can do here is that I can go to my vertices, take these vertices, pull it here, pull this one back here to create this lump. But what about these? Because if I will show you here, if I will go to the perspective viewport, and then if I will go to my Xray out, so you can see that the lump looks good here as it have it on the character, but at this side the lump doesn't look that good. So I can go here, take my X smoothing tool and make this smaller a little bit and only smooth this part. Okay, and you can see while I'm smoothing this, it is rearranging. Let me hide this. Oops. So it will only smooth that part. Okay, now it looks fine. Okay, but I have to do some changes on the side view as well. So panel orthographic side, because as you know it became too smooth, so I will take my this moving tool here and move it a little bit outwards. Okay, okay, I think I did something wrong here. Let me go back here, bring this character again. I think I used this tool instead of smooth tool, maybe by mistake. So let's do one thing again. Site, Xray, shift right click. Okay, this doesn't work. There is something wrong with this. I don't know why. But I will do one thing. I'll take all this. Okay, and shift right click and then connect. Enter. Then I will take my vertices. Take at least these two vertices. Pull this here. Pull these back. Okay, and maybe back in. Okay, this one is under here. And this little bit up. Up also. Now there will be an issue, as I told you before. Okay, the lump looks good here, but the lump doesn't look good here. Okay, so what I will do here is that I will go back here. Now I will take this tool because I think, yeah, maybe I just took this tool before. So instead of smoothing, it was moving it. So some of my okay, now it looks fine. Now I have to do a little bit like setting here. Okay, I will take this moving tool again, make it slightly bigger, and move what was moved, but now it's fine. Now same thing I will do for one other part here. For this one, there is also a lump here, so I will take this edge. Okay, take these edges, but I have to go to perspective view to take these edges here to make sure they are selected. Yeah, they are selected. Now I'll go back here. Okay, now also here I will apply shift right click and connect tool, so it will give me this edge here. Now I can go back here. Okay, now I know why the multi-cut wasn't working, because I'm in the smooth mode right now. So when you are in the smooth mode, it doesn't show correctly the multi-cut. It works, but it doesn't show you correctly. So that's why it wasn't working. So I will fix this one here. Okay. And let's see if anything else can be fixed here. Okay, good. So almost we are done with this part. Now what I want here is that I want a face. Okay, so let's see the character, how the face is. The face is kind of flat. Okay, it's not like a roundish. So what we can do here is that if I will select this model, go to faces, select these faces. Let me go back to my off mode here and shift and greater than sign, so it will select this part of the face. Now I will shift right click here and I will press duplicate. So as soon I will do, you will see it will make a group over here. Okay, and I will be out of my smooth mode, and plus there will be history. So first of all, I have to go here, edit, delete all by type history. So I will not have the history anymore, so everything will be normal. Then I will rename this one. I will rename it to body. Press 3. This name I want to be the face, and 3. So I can see this, where it's going on. So let me move it temporarily outside, and you can see that it is all flat. Okay. But issue over here is I don't want these sides here. It was better not to select it this side. So I will delete these sides. Okay. And this is all fine. If I will move it back, this is okay. Now I have to see till where I can move it. Okay. So this thing is fine. And plus I want to make it a little bit more flatter than what I have it here. So I can go to my X symmetry, right click and go to vertices, bring these vertices a little bit forward. Okay. And these vertices, I will press R for the scaling tool, but the scaling is right now, if I will scale now, it is over here. So it will scale from this side, which I don't want. I want the scaling to be from the middle. Okay. So I will press D on my keyboard, D for dog. Okay. Then V for victory. I will move this one in the center. What is this? This is the anchor point, center point. Okay. Now if I will scale it, so it will go in the middle like this. So that's fine. Now I can go to my object mode and move it somewhere here. Okay. Now it looks fine, a bit little forward, and I can press R on my keyboard and scale it up. Okay, not too much, a bit scale. Okay, and press W for moving, and I can move it a little slight inside. Okay, let's see one more time here. So it's all the way just like this. Okay, let's see a 3D picture of this one. Okay, so there is no because it is slightly different than the blueprint. Okay, but it doesn't have to be exactly the same. Okay, but we got the idea that there should not be too much space over here, because what we were doing is that we were working on our we were trying to match it with the blueprint as we can do, but it doesn't matter. Now I can go to the vertices, take these side vertices, pull it, and this one top vertices, bottom vertices, pull it back just like this. Okay, and what else we can do here is now go to object mode, mesh. Okay, and what we can do here is that we can increase its like we can subdivide it more, so we can add division. So if I will press add division, you can see it is adding more division, but I don't want it to be this much. Maybe one is enough. Okay, so once I will do that, you will see that it has become very hard. So I can go take my smooth tool, make it a little smaller, and start making it smoother. Okay, and then I can press R key, scale it up as much we want. Okay, and then I can go to the vertices, and now I will go to my Xray mode, or move these vertices backward a bit. Okay, then select these vertices, move them backward a bit, take these one. I think these one already are fine, maybe bigger. Okay, so basically I'm trying to achieve the same shape of this so it can easily uh, fit inside. Oops. Because it is moving from the middle, so let me reset this. If this is happening to you, so what you can do is that, because what was happening with me when I was moving this, okay, it was moving from the center because I moved its center point in the center. It was moving from the center. I don't want them to move in this from the center. So what I can do, even if it moves from the center, it's fine. But if you don't want that, because you have to reset it to its original position. So I will press D again on my keyboard, and I can press anywhere outside. You can see it says reset. If I will press anywhere outside, it will reset its position. Now I'm back to its original position. And if I will start moving, so it will move according to its original position. Same thing here I will do. Okay, so hue adjustment, maybe this at this side. Okay, so you know that I'm in the X-ray uh, symmetry mode. So whatever changing I'm doing here, it will do over there. Now you can see that it is, I have this character ready. If I want to remove more lump from this side, I can, but I will keep it as it is now. Okay, so the side is ready. Now we have to add eyes. Okay, now eyes, what I can do here is that face and this, I can hide it, Control H, and I will make the eyes with the help of the uh, sphere. Okay, I can make a sphere here, make sure it is all 0 0 0. Now I'll go to the sphere properties here and reduce the subdivision of the sphere, because subdivision is only for the high polygon models and we are creating a low polygon model. So 5 5 is enough. I think 5 5 is really less, maybe 10 10. Okay, or let's try 6 6. 6 is 6 fine. Okay, and I will press 3 on my keyboard to make it smoother. Okay, now what I will do here is that I will go to my X-ray mode. Now my orthographic mode in the panel and front view, so I can see where the eyes goes. Now the eye itself is too big. Okay, so here I can see the radius is around 0.6. I don't want it to be 0.6, maybe 0.5 or 0.45. 0.45 is perfect. Okay, I will do that now. Now one more thing here I can do. I can give it a sort of a, you can say, eyelids. Okay, so if I will go here, call this eyeball. Okay, and duplicate it 2 times. This one I can call it maybe top eyelid. Okay, this one I will call it bottom eyelid. Right now I will hide the bottom one. I will keep only the top one, and I will go. Oops. I will go to the properties of this one, the top eyelid. Okay, and slightly I can make it bigger. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Here. Okay, it is 1. So maybe 1.2. No, 1.2 is too much. First of all, let me turn this on so I can see how big it is from the eyeball. So maybe 1.02. 1.02 is not that enough, maybe 1.05. 1.03, okay. And then back to Xray mode. Now I want eyelid to be half. Eyelids are not like, fully. So I will select this part here and delete it. So now I am halfway here in my eyelid, and you can see there is no thickness in the eyelid now. So what I can do, I can select all of it, press shift, let me close this, press shift, extrude, and give it thickness inwards. Okay, and then what I can do here is that I can select all of it, because it will flip it when I will do that. Shift right click, face normal, reverse normal. Now it's fine. Okay, that's a little trick here, but I think I didn't give it much extrude. So shift right click, extrude. Oops. And a bit of a division. Now it's fine. Okay, so I will do shift right click, face normal, reverse normal. Oh, I have to select all of it first. Shift right click, face normal, reverse normal. Because what happens when you do extrude, sometimes it goes inside out, so you have to reverse these. I hope you understand about this this process. Okay, now this is eyelid, and if I will go to the rotation, I will press R on my keyboard and I want to rotate it. You can see that it will rotate like this. Okay, in this form. So, but if I will go all the way here, you can see that it's not correctly rotating, I think. Oops. So what I have to do here is that I have to change its maybe I have to press D over here and move this one back, and then try to rotate it. Yeah, now it's fine. Okay, so if I will go and rotate from here, you can see the eyes are getting closes up and down. But still, I think it was better when it was in between. So this is opening the eye and closing the eye, but once it opens it, so you have this issue here. So what I will do here is that I will go back here, vertices, and X mode here. Take these vertices from this side, press W, and I can move it outwards like this, so it will create a little bit thickness. Behind, actually you don't need it because we don't see the back of the eye usually, so you don't have to worry about this area. Now if I will press E for rotation, and if I will close this, so you can see that it is closing fine. Okay, so X rotation is 0 for now, so that eyes are closed. And what I will do here, instead of repeating the whole process, I can delete the bottom lid, go over here, okay, and what I can do here is that I can go to the duplicate special, and duplicate this one to the y-axis, okay, but negative, so that it will be flipped. Okay, so if I will go here in scale, this is x, y, and z. So z right now is 1, so I will -1, so I will change the z to be -1, and -1 this one. And if I will apply, it will give me a duplicate of this top lid. Okay, now you can see that it is duplicated down. Okay, exactly the same thing. If you want to close it more, you can close it more, the top one or down one, and you can rename this. This one I can rename to bottom lid. Okay, now I have this whole thing with me. Now I don't want the eyes to be closed. I want to be open, so I will just keep it like this. This one like this. Okay, but I will select all of them and create a group. Okay, sorry, edit and group, and I will call this group eye. This is left eye, right eye, sorry. I will go back to my, because why I created the group, because if I will change its size or anything, like suppose if I will squeeze it, for example, where is this tool here? Okay, modify, because you know when you go here and you try to squeeze it, like scale it, so the pivot is down, so I want the pivot to be center of my character, so I will go to the modify center pivot, and then it will come back to the center of it. Now if I will squeeze it like this, and if I want to change the rotation, if I want to do the rotation or anything over here, so you will see it is still following the shape of it. What if we didn't made a group? What if it was not a group? Okay, so if I select all of it, scale it, okay, like this, without a group. Now if I want to open or close the eye, so you will notice that, okay, it is not correctly following my movement. Okay, so that's why it's better to make it as a group. So if I will go here, let me undo everything. Okay, group it, call it eye, left eye. sorry, right eye. Now I will go to my front viewport here. Okay, shape, and you can see that yes, we have to change the shape of it. So I have to take my scaling tool and scale it. Okay, wait, let me deselect everything, select the whole, then go to modify center pivot, because sometimes pivot goes down, and scale it so it will become smaller. And once it is done, what I can do here is that I can press shift key on my keyboard and move this selection over this side. So it will move a copy of it. And this one I will call left eye. Now I will go back here. And you can see that I have my eye now ready. Now I will hide the eyes and I will unhide the body. Now what I want here is the hand coming out of this part. Okay, now hand is coming from this part. So what I will do here is that first of all I will go to my perspective viewport here, or front viewport here. Okay, and one thing that I will do here is that I will right click face and I will delete this whole thing. No symmetry. Okay, select this half and delete. Okay, why I did that? Because now I have to make a hand. Okay, once my hand and leg is ready, then I will mirror this whole thing over here on this side. Otherwise, I have to work on one side and on the other side at the same time. I have to keep it equal. So I will have always an issue doing that. So it's better to work on one half and mirror it later on the other half. Now I will go to my Xray mode, then I will go to my orthographic side mode so I can see where I want this hand to be. So I will press 1 on my keyboard so I can get all these polygons here and go to the vertices. Now this is where the hand should be coming from. So simply I will make an opening here, select these, shift and control to slide it up. Okay, and this one also to slide it up. Select these, slide it here, or maybe select all these to slide it here, and then these to slide it here so I can have equal number of square here. Okay, now one thing here, it's changing the topology here, but let me check 3. It's not that bad, it's fine. Okay, now what I will do here is that I need to move this one here more, these more here, because we want more area for the border. You remember when we were doing face, we were creating some area, border area here. Okay, let me go to perspective mode to see everything is fine. Yes, everything is fine. So I was sliding them, I was not moving them. If you are sliding, then you will not have any topology issue here, no reshaping issue you will have. Otherwise you will have reshaping issue, and make sure you avoid moving if you have critical stuff to do. So try to keep it more of a like a sliding thing. Okay, so I will select this all, shift right click, extrude face. I will give it a outline a bit. When I'm done, okay, then shift right click, Then what I will do, I will use circularize here and alignment to surface average and reduce its offset a bit. Oops, radial offset, not too much, a bit here. Okay, and then I can move it, or no need to move it. Okay, I can go to the vertices now. I will move this vertex, is quite very next to it. I will slide it manually, some of these, to avoid contraction. Okay, so I think this might be enough, but let me move some of them to make this a little bigger. Oh, you know what, this, I have to select all of these. So I will slide it by increasing the size of it. So I'm scaling while sliding, because I don't want arm to be very small. Okay, it's a thick arm, and I have to slide these to make a gap here for it to move out. So that's fine. Now what I have to do, I have to select this. Okay, and I have to press shift, right click, extrude, and a little offset I will give, a very tiny bit offset here. That's all. And then I will go to my perspective viewport here, and then go to and uncheck the X-ray and press 3 on my keyboard to get this option. Now I will extrude inwards, okay, and try to increase at least 2 offsets here. Now again I will press shift, right click, extrude again to extrude it outward. Okay, so and also I will give a bit. Okay, now it's fine, but let's go to the front viewport and X-ray. Now what I have, all I want to do is that I am extruding it, and at the same time I'm moving it, and at the same time I'm rotating it. So I will rotate it this much and move it down. Okay, so are you all getting it, what I'm doing right now? Is it clear? So I will press shift key on my keyboard. Shift will extrude this one. If I press shift, so you can see that it is extruding to the direction where I'm moving it, and I can rotate as well. Shift and then move it here. E for rotation. R for scaling. And then extrude. Shift, as you know, it gives you extrude basically. Okay, so I was moving, rotating, scaling. Now I'm done with this, and out of this I will make these fingers, but first of all I have to fix these issues here to match the thickness. Okay, now I will go to my side panel here to see how this is on the side. Okay, so I have to take this and move it over here, but you can see this is not moving correctly. Okay, now if I will move, it's not moving correctly. So here is where your soft selection will work. Okay, now before doing anything, what I want is that I will go to my front viewport and I will select all of this part. Control H to hide this, Control H to hide this. Why I'm doing that? So I can only have my hand, so I can freely work on my hand only. Otherwise I will have extra stuff on my screen. So I'm hiding them. I'm not deleting, I'm hiding. Okay, so with the help of Control H I have hidden it. Now I can go to side viewport and now you can see it's very clean. I can easily work on it. Okay, now if I will take these faces here, okay, and then try to move it, you will notice it's not moving correctly. It's not moving this part. Why? Because only I am selecting these vertices. So to do it correctly, I can press B on my keyboard, B for ball. When I press B, it will turn on what? The soft select mode. So I can press B again to turn it off or B again to turn it on. But the fall off of my soft selection mode is not that enough. So if I will move it, you can see it is only affecting this area. But if I will press B on my keyboard and keep it pressed, the ball, the B for ball, if I will keep it pressed and then press left mouse button on my key if I will press my left mouse button and drag it, you will see that it is now increasing the fall off. Now you can see the fall off is till here, not till here. Before it was here. Now if I will move it, you can see it is affecting this area also. I hope now you have understood what is the use of the what you call the soft selection, because some of you were asking me what before, why do we use soft selection? So this is why we use soft selection. So I will rotate this, okay, while the soft selection is on. So I can also rotate these which are coming on its side. Now I can go to the vertices, okay, and I can select these vertices, move it around, and with the, but I think soft selection is too harsh for this. So for this little bit I will make it smaller. Then I will try to move here, and you can see soft selection also affects the ones that are next to these vertices. Okay, otherwise you will have a very bad shape. Okay, so with the help of soft selection I was able to move it very nicely. Now what I have to do here is I have to go to back to my normal mode and see where I can start bringing my uh, thumb. Thumb is here, okay, somewhere at this side. Okay, fingers are here, but I have finger space for 2 fingers. I don't have for 3 fingers. So what I can do here is that, first of all, let's work with the thumb, then let's think about the fingers. Now I will turn off my soft selection by pressing V again. Now select this. Okay, now I will go to my side mode. Okay, and I will press shift, move it, so it will create something like this. Now I have to do one thing here, is that this is a thumb, and I have to rotate the thumb like this. So it will start showing the thumb coming downwards. Okay, let's go to the Xray mode here, or I think this is fine because Xray mode is showing me extra thing. Now I will go to the vertices and try to match the vertices also. Okay, and then I will move this thumb a bit more down, this part, vertices. Okay, oops, the shape didn't came out well, so I have to go to the front, or I think perspective. I have to fix the shape right now here. Okay, I think I'm in the world mode. Yeah, that's why. So I have to go into object mode, so it will follow the direction of my object instead of my world. Now it's working a little better. Okay, because the world mode is according to the whole scene. Okay, it's the direction of the whole scene, not the direction of your selected object. Okay, now I'm in the object mode, so it is working on the direction of my object, so wherever my object is pointing. So those you cannot see vertices, you can go in the shading mode and then you will be able to see them. Okay, okay, so I think this is fine. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but I think if this, for now, it looks quite good enough. Only these few vertices I have to slide down. So I hope you know about sliding. It's Control Shift you have to press when you're moving down or rescaling or resizing, then it works. Okay, now I need 3 fingers. So what I will do now, because I have space on only for 2 fingers here. So here at this stage, what I can do is that, first of all, let me fix this, the shape of the thumb. Okay, now just see the thumb shape is, the topology is going good here. Here I have to little bit modify it. It's fine now here as well. Okay, so you can see that how topology is moving around. Now what I will do here is that the finger, right, will be not this big. The finger thickness is not that big. So first of all, I have to reduce this thickness here. Okay, I have to select these, R key for the scaling, and scale it down. At least it should be in a square form. Okay, this much is fine. And now the shape got a little weird. So what I have to do is that I have to take these, okay, and move it down as well a bit. Okay, this one also I will select, move it down so I have a good shape to create a finger here. So I have good place for the fingers now, but I can only make 2 fingers, not 3 fingers. So what I have to do here is that I have to divide this, okay, at least. If you all remember when I was teaching you the uh, hard surface modeling, I told you about the diamond pattern. So here I will use the diamond pattern. So I have used these vertices here, sorry, edges here. Now I will right click, shift, connect tool. So it will put a connection between this. Now what I can do, I can go back to my one part here, take my edge tool here, okay, and then, sorry, right shift, right click, and multi cut. So I will make a diamond over here, something like this. Now I will go back to my select mode. Now you will see when I was making this, it made 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles, which is not right. Okay, so what I have to do here is that I have to select this middle one, delete this one, middle, delete this one. Now I have one side, second, or 1, 2, 3, 4 sides here, but here still I have triangles. So here also I have to do some fix. Okay, so let me do that, or let me press 3 over here, or what we can do here is that I can take my edge tool here and then go to a multi-cut, and then I have to click here, click here, click here, click here, okay, click here, click here, click here, click here. Now if I will go to my hue tool, okay, and as this is creating a weird shape here, because of that I can control delete this, okay, and not control delete, just I will delete normally, delete this one, okay. So I think better let me undo this whole thing instead of doing a diamond pattern, because diamond pattern need at least, I have to do one thing here. Once this is created, I have to go to my multi-cut tool, click here, so at least this is created, this place for my like place for that. Okay, and if I press 3 here, okay, now what I have to do, I have to make one here as well, I think. Then I think it should work. So I have to select this, 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 this. Shift right click and then connect to. Okay. Now it's fine. So now what I have to do, I have to go to my multi-cut tool, click it here, click it here, click it here, enter, click it here, click it here, enter, click it here, click it here, enter, and then Q tool. Then all I can do, I can delete this one. Okay, and I can delete this one. I can delete this, delete this, this, and this. Now I have the diamond shape and they all are square form. So if I will press 3 on my keyboard, you can see that everything is fine. Okay, now what I have to do here is, because I have now extra stuff. First, I didn't have anything for three, like I didn't have for 3 fingers. Now I have for more than 3 fingers. Okay, so first of all, let me bring these down to fix the shape of it. Take this one. Okay. So what I'm doing is that I'm balancing this so I can have equal space. And plus your topology should have a good flow, because you will notice that what I'm doing, wherever the items, the flow is not correct, I have to pull these down so there will be a nice curve and flow to my object. So okay, almost there. Now here what I will do is that I have 3 fingers part. Okay, so I'll select this and this one, or let's do one thing here. I will press shift control to slide this one here, shift control slide this one here, so at least I have a good space, like a balance between these. This size looks good. Doesn't matter if they have this have 4 or this have 5. Okay, because in the end we are going to remove this. Okay, So now I am done with this part. What I can do here is select these. Now this technique, it doesn't work for all kind of hands or all kind of fingers. It depends on what your model looks like. Okay, now I will go and press connect so I can have a edge here. So here what I will do is that I will go back to my edge mode here, sorry, multi-cut. Okay, so I will cut this part here, enter, okay, enter, enter, and enter. Okay, there is one missing here. First I have to go. Okay, now it's fine. Now I can delete this one. Okay, and I can delete this, or I think this. Maybe let's do one thing. Let's keep it simple. I don't want this to get complicated for you all. So simple, what I will do here is that simple, let me delete this. Doesn't matter if there is some extra stuff here. Okay, so but in short, we got these fingers. Now if I will I want this, shift right click, extrude, and I will extrude this one outwards. Okay, let me press 3 on my keyboard so I can see what's going on. Okay, so plus I will go to my side mode, sorry, front mode, to match it with the finger here. Okay, so W to move it back here, E to rotation. Okay, so I have to follow the direction of here. Okay, also E, little bit down, and also bit rotated like this, so it will match the direction of my thumb as well. Okay, then bit here, then W and move it down, R for scaling it. Okay, and also a bit I will make it flat, because if you will notice, it is flat from the tip. Okay, okay, the rotation quite didn't work, so because I was supposed to press B on my keyboard to get my soft selection tool. Now if I will rotate it, now it will rotate correctly. Okay, now press W and shift down. Okay, let me hide, uncheck the down here. Now I press B for my soft selection, because soft selection I'm using for rotation, so it will correctly rotate in the direction of uh, my like thumb here. Okay, so now I don't want that soft selection. I'm done with this now. Panel. Okay, yeah, there is something wrong here, so B for the soft selection. I will uncheck the soft selection for now. Okay. Only thing I want to do now is to fix the shape of this. Okay, now as you see, we are modeling this. It's taking time, and this is how it is done. There is no quicker way to do it. Okay, it takes time. You have to spend time to create your model and everything. Okay, as much time you will make it, it will look much more perfect. And only the shortcuts are that you make one part, you copy the other part, and then you paste it with that part. Okay, that's one shortcut way. Otherwise, there is no other like a shortcut for this. Okay. Okay. Now I'm done with this. If I will press 1 on my keyboard, you can see that it's quite look like this. And there are few things that are not right, because also you have to work with your smooth key off to fix some of the items that are not visible when you are working in the smooth mode, because sometimes some errors, some artifacts are not shown in the your smooth mode. Okay, and in the mode when you press 3 on your keyboard, so things automatically look very nice, very smooth. But in some parts, in some areas, you might have issues that you have to fix later on. Okay. Okay, so now you can see things are much more better than it was before, and regards of the topology. Okay, now one thing is that we spent a little bit good time on creating this finger. Okay, and we were quite able to create a nice finger here. Okay, let me fix these. Okay, now you can see the topology is kind of fine over here. Okay, so if I will press 3, sounds it looks much more better. Okay, so what I will do here is that now when I'm done, I will save this one. Okay, and I will go back to my one mode, face, delete this. Okay, and I will take this part of this finger and shift greater than sign. When I'm done with this, I will shift right click and I will duplicate this. As soon as I will duplicate it, you will see that it will create a history and there will be duplication here. Okay, so I can go to the edit, delete all by type, delete history. Okay, and then I have this divided into group. I can ungroup it, maybe I can, or keep this as it is. Now I will take this one. This is the duplicated one. The second one is always duplicated. I can go to because it's, you can see its pivot point is here, so I cannot move it. So I can go to my pivot point here. Okay, and sorry, modify and center pivot. So now I'm in the center. Now I can move it wherever I want to move it. Okay. Now the idea here is that I can, the gap which I made over here, I can put this finger on that gap. Okay, so as you know, this is extra edge. Okay, so I have to add some extra edge over here as well, not on the whole thing, only this part. Okay, shift right click, connect tool, enter, and then select these two, shift right click, connect, enter. Now what I will do here is that I will go to my object mode and try to arrange it in a way I want this to be. Okay, also I can rotate it a bit. Okay, rotation also, it's an object. Okay, I have to make sure it's an object. Yes, it's an object mode. Okay, now it's fine. But you know, I cannot see some of these vertices or those kind of things. So the better for me is to go to the Xray mode here, so I can see at least the parts. Now I will select both the hand and the finger, shift right click, combine. So they will become the same part, but they are same part, but they are not joined. So what I can do here is that I can go to the vertices. Each vertices of this finger, let me go out here so I can show you what I'm trying to do. Each vertex of this finger, I want it to connect with this. So I will shift right click here, merge vertex, target tool, target weld tool. Now click here, then drag it here. this is already I have taught you in the Maya basic classes, so you can go to those videos if you don't know about it. This is now welded. Now I will select this target weld with this one. Now this target weld with this one target weld with this target weld with this one, and this one target weld this. Now there is issue, there is one more which is not showing, so I have to go to my X-ray mode. Here it is, shift target weld with this one. I have to shift right click again, I think. It's not doing it for some reason. Let me do one thing here. Go out of this mode, and I will press 3 on my keyboard to see if it shows there. Okay. Let me do one thing. Face and greater than sign. Control H, I will hide this finger. Not all of it, maybe this part. And maybe this part also. So I have hidden, what I have done here is that I have hidden all these parts. Now I can see that this have to be connect with this one. These two have to be connected. So I can take my target weld tool, which is already connected, and then I will select this. Done. Okay. Now what I will do here is that I will go back to my this finger. Okay. Shift, right click, duplicate. Okay. Now this is duplicated, so I have to go again. There is a history. Delete by type history, and you can see that I have this and this. Okay. So I have to take this one. Modify center pivot so I can get the pivot point here. Okay, and now it's there, so I can move this one here. For now, go back here, faces, I will delete this face, this face. Now I want to arrange this one, but before doing that, I will go to the edges and delete these, because now I don't need these one, because this one does not have edge, because here there was an edge, here there is no edge. Okay. Now this is the very simple character. Okay. So I will select this one, move it here. It's a very simple character. What I'm trying to say here is that it's not a complicated one. There are a lot of complicated ones which will take forever to fix it. So when you're working on your final project, you have to create something like this sort of a character. Okay, character you can choose, you can draw your own, and you can make these kind of like a side and front view. But when you're making it, make sure it is balanced well enough. Okay. Now here I have already put where I want it. Okay, there's one more thing here. shift right click, target well 2, and I have to target well this, which I forgot last time. Okay. Now, when you are done, you will select both of these hands and this, shift right click, combine. Okay. So when you will combine again, it will create a history. So you have to go to edit. Okay, delete by type history. So now you will be fine with it. Okay. Now I have to do one. I have to check one thing here. Yeah, everything is fine. Control Z, because I don't want to show these right now. When I'm done, then I will. Okay, now I have to do the same process which I did over there. Okay, shift right click, target well. Okay, now this time I will target well to this part. Oops, what I'm doing. Okay, this one I will delete. I don't want this one. This one also I don't want. I don't know why it is there. Okay. Now I cannot see few of them, so I will go in my Xray mode, move it down. Okay, back to Xray mode again. Take the target weld here. Target weld this one to this. It's a little hard to target weld when your items are very close to each other. Done. Now this one I will slide it bit up. This one also will be slide it here, so to balance it out. This one as well. Okay. These here should not be close enough to each other. Okay. Now what I will do here is that I will go to modify, display, show last hidden. No. Show geometry, polygon surfaces. Okay. Now everything is showing here. So if I will go back here, press 3 on my keyboard. Okay. Let me hide the face. Okay. And the eyes. So I can only work on this part of the hand. Okay, so you will notice that there is a slight of a lumps over here, or you can see those parts, and plus the thumb is more thicker than the finger, so I have to fix that too. Okay. Okay, so I think that's enough. And this one, I will move this whole finger here. Okay, now done fixing the thumb. Now if you will notice, there are these pinching going on here. So what I can do here is that same technique, take this tool, okay, smoothing tool, and try to smooth this part here. This will help to fix this, all the lumps that are appearing. Okay, still there are some here because the gaps here are too narrow. Okay, so what I can do here is move them far apart so there will be no much gap. As less gap it will there will be less pinching going on. Okay, yep, looks fine now. So I will go to my orthographic front view, okay, to do some kind of tweaks here. Okay, so I will take my edge mode here and for the vertex mode, Xray, select all these, and or instead of selecting all, just move these. What else I can do here is that I can take this whole part. Let's try this if it works. Otherwise, we don't have to do this. Okay. I will press B for my soft selection. Make it a little bigger. Okay. E for rotation, and then I will slightly rotate this hand to match what we have behind here. Okay, and that's enough. Now what I will do is that I will go out of this mode. I will take these parts here, press B again, and slightly move it out to make the finger. I think I have to reduce this size of my soft selection to make it fit here. And then I will go to my perspective viewport to see what's going behind. Take these from here. Okay, then again go to my front viewport, W, and move it like here. Okay, so we have this now, and there are some issues here because this couldn't rotate it correctly, this part. So I will select this part here, and there is one more issue here. There's extra vertices which I don't want. Okay, so I'll take my edge tool and take these edges here and try to rotate them. I don't know why it's not going to the object mode. Let me do one thing here. Okay. Okay, this side is fine. Now let's work on this one. There's something wrong with the selection because it should be object mode. It's not coming on the object mode. Why it's doing that, I'm not sure, because it is already object. Okay, anyhow. Or you know what, because there are so many issues that are coming with this rotation problem, let me undo this all. Okay, so what you all can do is that okay, that's fine. So we can take a break here, and after the break we will continue with this its legs. Okay, and then we will finish its texturing as well. Okay everyone, so you can take a short break, and while you're on the break, let me do one thing here. Okay, uh, just a little bit modification I will make it because I want this fingers to be a little thicker. Okay, or leave it as it is. I don't want to do some more changes here. Okay, so only thing what I will do here is that I will make these fingers little thicker. So you can take a break, and once after the break we will continue with the with our other parts of the like the legs of our character. Okay, so the fingers are ready. They are a little thicker now because I want them to be as thick as this. Okay, and these parts move it in, because these are not that thick. Okay, so we'll continue after the break with the legs. And once I'm back, I will send you the another link on the on Blackboard, and then I will ask you to join the another link. Okay.